All right, Improvisation Center is back online again with the beginning of another project that's been ongoing sort of for a while, and that is the dog kennel greenhouse. And as you can see, there is a chain link dog kennel in front of me. This thing was intended for the old pit bull we have, but for anybody that knows pit bulls, they're hard to contain. Even a chain link fence is no match for a pit bull because ours chewed through this thing and pretty much rendered it useless. So rather than give it away, scrap it, whatever, I decided to do something with it. In this case, turn it into a greenhouse. Now, I had long since moved it over here to the corner of our garden area and have it set up where it's gonna really be right in the fence line when we do get the wooden fence set up. But what I plan on doing with this to make it as effective of a greenhouse as possible for all season, I'm going to actually put corrugated sheet metal around the sides, because we really don't need the sides to be able to allow sunlight to pass through. We just need the roof to be transparent or translucent or otherwise allow sun to pass through. And as you see, we have a 10 by 10 space. That roof should be plenty to allow enough sunlight to enter in the winter time or the summertime for that matter. And what I also plan on doing, I have some frame pieces from a couple of portable garages that we had, ones you get from Harbor Freight that have the canvas or plastic, vinyl, whatever that crap is made of, cheap plastic skin, which rots away in the sun after about a year. So I got the frames, and the roof frames are actually of the perfect length, dimension-wise. The garages were 10 foot wide, so that would be perfect for the roof of our dog kennel greenhouse. So I'm going to use those to make the roof trusses, or whatever you want to call it, rafters. All the stuff's going to be metal. But anyway, once I do that, then I'll probably end up just getting some thick mill UV resistant plastic that I'm going to use for the cover of the greenhouse in the winter time, and then in the summertime I could just pull the plastic off and allow the top to be open to regular sunlight, rain, all that. And everything else as far as wiring, water lines, all that stuff will be later, but the main thing is actually getting the structure set up first. So, oh, and one other thing, since as you can see here, this area is over a grassy patch that I just recently cut, I'm actually going to have to rake all this old grass out of here and lay some plastic down, and then come on top of that with some gravel so I can have a nice bed of gravel through the whole greenhouse so nothing pops up, since I'll end up having some raised beds, hydroponic gardens, stuff like that going all around the walls of the structure, and the middle will just be open. But our first thing right now is going to be to put this scrap sheet metal that I got sitting here onto the sides so we can make our walls. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started, and I will be right back to show you the progress. All right, so far we got one whole side paneled up with the scrap corrugated sheet metal that I had. Some of the panels being short as they were, I had to overlap them with a smaller piece, but to help make it be better able to shed water, I overlapped them from the inside, or at least turned it around where the overlapping would allow water to run down, as you can clearly see. But some panels were full length from top to bottom. I even had to trim them down a little bit on the top. So we still have some corrugated metal right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this side going, see if we could use up all this metal. I'll be back. All right, went ahead and got all the panels up and got this side of the dog kennel greenhouse done. As you can see, it's a little mix up of different panels. More than likely, I might, if I feel like it, I might spray some paint on there, but it really don't matter because all this is going to be hidden by fence panels when I finish that length of fence going all the way over to here. Same thing on that side too. All this is going to be covered up by fence. So it really doesn't matter. But yeah, we just got 2 more sides to go, and probably not enough metal. I might have enough to do one little segment of the paneling on the next wall, but then I'm gonna have to source out some more corrugated panels. So we're gonna just keep moving along, but when I run out of panels, I will start on the roof framework, and that will more than likely be the next thing you see. Well, as stated, I had just enough sheet metal to do just a segment of this 3rd wall, but it was at least a wide enough section that I'm not going to need a whole lot. If I could get some panels that are approximately the same width, I'll be able to get this side done with very little, but whatever. But yeah, you can see we are enclosing the dog kennel in. Like I say, once it's fully enclosed in, all that'll be left is the roof as far as exposure to the sun, but that's what we want, because these summers here are ridiculously hot, and too much sun, especially in a greenhouse, will cook anything inside of it, which is the reason why I decided on the whole removable plastic roof deal, so it could be open enough to not trap heat in the summer, but able to trap it in the wintertime. And again, even in the wintertime, we'll have just enough sunlight to be able to grow stuff like salad greens, herbs, and whatnot. Might still be able to grow a couple tomatoes or peppers or whatever, but we will see. But first, we need to get this thing done. So I'm going to gather up the roofing frame materials, and that'll be the next thing we start on.